Hi, and welcome to AT&T ThreatTraq COVID-19 update. Each week, we've been talking about some of the cybersecurity implications and issues that are coming about as a result of this pandemic. Last week, we discussed and shared some tips to share with our housemates and roommates. We're going to do that again this week, but go in a little more depth. I'm going to have each of our guests share with us a lesson about cybersecurity in general that they would want to teach. So let me first ask Ganesh, could you tell me what's the main important lesson that you would want to tell people in your home about cybersecurity?
With the current scenario, and not only for the current scenario, any time which I would like to talk about is the security, cybersecurity with my kids as well as any kids. Because of this work from home situation, most of the schools are going online. That means basically they're using lots of collaborative tools, and the kids needs to know what needs to be trusted, what not to be trusted, and use their as guidance. For example, don't share your passwords, and don't try to activate webcams and mics when it is not needed, and try to as disciplined as possible. And it's not only to the kids, but as well as to the parents and adults. I think anytime it makes more sense to be security aware.
Well, that's some great overall advice. I'm sure that's good for any household. And it's really important, as you said, for kids to know some basic cybersecurity lessons. And who better to teach them than those of us who have some background in security awareness? Maybe there's lessons that people get at work. I know we certainly share security awareness messages within AT&T, and folks see those and should be sharing those with their kids so they can stay safe online. So Kim, tell me, what is a main cybersecurity lesson that you would want to share with people?
Yes, I would want to share with the bored children at home, and some adults that are bored as well, that downloading different types of apps that they don't know about or don't understand, that just because someone else is downloading these apps, they're not all secure, and sometimes they carry viruses and whatever. So yeah, be careful what you download, what apps you install on your mobile devices, because you know, it's a time where you're just secluded, and so you become bored, and you try to, you know, interact with other people via these apps, but, you know, understand that there's security to watch out for.
Tell me, besides things like viruses and malware, what are some of the dangers of downloading too many apps or unknown apps to your device? You
never know. It could inject, you know, some type of hidden cameras to your device. It could steal your wallet information, your Apple Wallet if you have an Apple. They could steal your passwords. You know, anything could happen with these different apps. So you have to be careful. And a lot of, you know, teenagers, they're just free-spirited. And adults, let me just say that too. Some adults are the same way. But, you know, you have to be careful.
Well, great advice, Kim. And Andy, tell me, what is a lesson about cybersecurity that you would want to share with your housemates or roommates?
Well, this isn't specific to working from home or COVID-19, but I would argue that password reuse is worse than you might think. So I know that we're all human, and I know that, you know, creating a password isn't the easiest thing in the world. So as a result, you know, when you're signing up for something, it's very easy to say, I'm just going to use the same password because I already have it memorized. Why do I have to memorize another one? Problem with that is that when you give that website your password, it's possible that they store it in a very insecure way, and then somebody else gets it from their website, and now they have your password, and then they'll try that password and the email that you use to register with other websites. It's a very common attack, and it's something that we've seen before. So my advice to people is, I know it's hard, but try and not reuse passwords. use a password safe. Have it generate passwords for you. It can be very dangerous.
And if you're not using a password safe, tell me, what advice can we give people about creating a strong password?
Well, you want to create a password that's more than 8 characters. You want to create a password, I would argue, more than 10 or 12, but 8 is a decently safe number. But if you're doing 8, you want to make sure you've got uppercase numbers, letters, lowercase letters, numbers, special characters. Maybe even go with a passphrase, a series of 4 or 5 English words with spaces in them. It's first of all, it's a lot longer than a standard password, because if you string 4 regular sized words together, you're up at almost 20 different characters. A 20-character password is very long, it's impossible to crack. And then the other thing is, it's a lot easier for you to remember, because I don't know about you, I can't remember XV exclamation point underscore yada yada, but I can remember the phrase this word 2, word 3, word 4. It doesn't have to be a sentence, but just 4 random words, 5 random words is generally going to be a good secure password.
And that's where song lyrics and movie quotes come in.
Yes, but I will say, you want to avoid having a phrase that is common that someone might know. You want to have 4 words that are just sort of random and in no particular order.
Even better advice. That's a good thing to know. Well, thank you all. We certainly appreciate your advice, and we encourage all of you out there to put it into practice and share this knowledge. And as always, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.